Hi guys, it's Megan, and my background, as you can see, is different. So I don't have my long tripod with me, and I'm not in my bedroom, and my camera's on another tripod that I'm holding up with my hand. So that's why the camera's gonna. That's why this footage is gonna be very shaky. So I apologize for that. I don't even know how people vlog. This is kind of annoying, but anyway, I know last month I didn't make a video, and sometime last year I didn't make a video, so I don't want to do that. I want to do my best to keep making videos every month, at least one video a month. So while my boyfriend's taking a shower, I decided, let me record something, let me talk about something. So, what I wanted to talk about is basically it has to do with men and women. I want to say black men and women, but men and women. So I have seen on Instagram, well, yes, I've seen on Instagram that there is this huge influx of religious women, primarily Christian women, who, are preaching about being submissive to your boyfriends, being submissive to your husbands, you know, not being a nag, being his peace and being his helpmeet and all of this stuff, just being a good wife and a good girlfriend and all of that. And every time this is a bunch of women who, post stuff like that, and every time they post stuff like that, they always get like backlash and all this stuff. And other women will come in and make comments like, no, I don't have to do that, blah, 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 and I don't have to be submissive, and why should I do this, and I'm a woman, and I'm independent, and all this stuff. Sorry. Excuse me. And I just find that interesting. And yeah, so there's that. And then there's also something else that I've seen. Well, I don't think that that's new. Maybe it's just I'm seeing more of it. This thing where like men are trash and men suck and men are garbage and we don't need men, and women are independent and we can do everything by ourselves and we don't need anybody to help us, blah 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 blah. So I've seen an influence of the Christian women saying to women that they should be submissive and they should be their husband's helpmeet and you shouldn't be nagging him, and you should do your best to make his life better, so he can do his best to make your life better. And then I'm also seeing where women are saying, like men are trash. And I would agree with both. I do feel like not every single guy's trash. That can't be possible. I do feel like the majority of guys, they do suck and they are trash, but at the same time, women need to do a better job of picking better guys. And I agree with the Christian women only in the sense of that, you shouldn't be nagging your husband, and you shouldn't be making his life worse. Because women, we wouldn't like it if a man came into our life and was making our life miserable and horrible. We wouldn't like that, and we would, you know, if we were complaining about that and men were just like, who cares, blah, 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 we wouldn't like that. So I agree with all of that. And I wanted to make this video because I just wanted to say, like, I don't agree with all men are trash and men are garbage and guys are just beating up on their girlfriends and all this other negative stuff. I don't feel like that's true. I feel like it's one thing if you're a teenager and you don't know and you haven't been exposed to boys, so you haven't been talking to a lot of guys, so you don't know, you know, certain things that guys sometimes say just to use you or whatever. But I feel like once you get some experience and you talk to guys and you figure out what you like, I feel like once you reach a certain age, you should not be picking bad guys. Like, you shouldn't be picking guys that are running game on you, that are using you, that can take all your money. Like, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't be experiencing that after a certain age. And I feel like a lot of women, especially a lot of older women, I feel like they have this problem where, and it's another thing, that's another thing that I've seen, is women feel like they're entitled just because they're women, and I feel like that's not fair. You're not entitled because you're a woman. A man shouldn't just treat you a certain way because you're a woman. Like, he should be treating you a certain way because you're a human being, and he loves you and he cares about you. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I feel like if you're a certain age as a woman, you should be better at picking guys. You should be better at vetting men. And, you know, like, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be 55 and you've been dating a guy for 7 years, and in 7 years he hasn't married you, and then you're complaining to him, asking him why he hasn't married you, what's going on, blah 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 blah, and then you find out he has a girlfriend. And then when you break up, or sometimes these women don't even break up with the guy. They complain, but then they still stay with the guy. You complain, and then you break up with the guy, and then you come online and say that all men are trash. No, all men are not trash. You're just an idiot. You're stupid. You were being stupid, and you chose not to see all these red flags, and you decided to stay with crappy guys, and you decided to stay with the crappy guy anyway because of whatever personal reasons that you decided. You're lonely, you don't want to be alone. Well, that's the same thing. You're lonely, you're bored. I don't know, you're bored, whatever. And I just feel like I that is just very stupid to me. Like, even when I was younger, when I would see older women dealing with certain stuff from guys, and I would think to myself, why are you taking this? Like, why are you taking this? You're older, you should know better. But that's a lie. Just because you're older doesn't mean you know better. And majority of adults are not adults. The majority of adults are little wounded children walking around and living their life in adult bodies. But that's not what this video is about. So, yeah, I believe that. I believe that all men are not trash. Some women just need to pick better guys. And I don't know what it is with women where when you tell them that, it's like they have a problem. It's like they don't want to acknowledge the fact that, yes, maybe sometimes you pick crappy guys, and you need to evaluate why you do that, and you need to figure out how you can pick better men. I don't know why women have a problem with admitting that maybe it's not the guys, like maybe it's actually you. Like, maybe you're the one with the problem. And that's okay, because you can then fix yourself, and then you can actually pick better guys, and then you can pick a guy that's actually good for you, and then he won't treat you like garbage, and he won't treat you like shit, and you'll be happy forever. But yeah, women tend to have a problem with that. And other thing I wanted to talk about was, I feel like women need to fix themselves. I know there's this saying that goes around that says, you can't love other people until you love yourself. I don't believe that. I don't think that that's true, because there are women that I follow on Instagram and on Twitter, and the majority of them said that when they got boyfriends, some of them said that when they started working on healing themselves, that's when they met their boyfriend. And then some of them, when they met their boyfriend, that's when they started working on themselves. So I feel like if we all had to work on ourselves before we met people, we would still, all of us, I feel like the majority of us would still be single. So I don't believe that. I believe that, I just feel like adult people need to realize that if you have trauma, or if you had a messed up childhood, if you had horrible things happen to you, it doesn't matter if you're single or you're with somebody. I feel like people, you know, they need to acknowledge if something actually happened to them, and then work on healing themselves, and then work on becoming better people. And that can happen when you're in a relationship, or it can also happen when you're single. You know, I know a bunch of women, that I follow online that are married and have kids, and they decided, I'm gonna work on myself. Even though I have children to raise, even though I have a husband that I have a romantic relationship with, I'm still gonna work on myself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I feel like people in general just need to work on becoming better people overall. I don't believe that we ever stop learning. I don't believe that we ever become good and then that's just it, and then we just stop. No, I feel like people are continuously working on themselves to become even better people. But that's just what I believe. And I feel like women have this problem. This tripod. I don't think this tripod is making my arm hurt. I okay. I feel like women have this problem where we think that men are supposed to accept us as we are. This tripod hurts. Yeah, I feel like women have this problem where we expect that men are supposed to like us as we are, and that, they're just supposed to accept us with all of our baggage and blah 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 blah, and we shouldn't try to work on not try we shouldn't work on ourselves, and we shouldn't become better people. And I just feel like that's not fair. That's not fair. If you have baggage and if you have issues that you need to work on, you need to work on those to become a better person. It's not fair that somebody should just accept you as you are. Now, if somebody gets into a relationship with you, they shouldn't want you to change. That's not what I'm saying. We shouldn't have people around us that want us to just change into completely different people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, if you are in a relationship with someone and you have all these problems and you have, baggage and things that are not good, that there's no, it's not bad to work on yourself and to become a better person, especially for yourself and for your boyfriend and or girlfriend. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And women need to stop with this entitlement issue and I think people need to stop with that too, but women need to really stop with that. Like, stop with this attitude of like, you need to accept me as I am. No, people don't need to accept you as you are. Okay? Because we don't do that. We don't accept guys just as they are. If we meet a guy and he is crappy, we're like, I'm not gonna date him. I wouldn't date him unless he started doing this, or unless he started working out, or unless he started to do that. So if we can say that about men, then why do we also say that men should accept us as we are, and I don't have to change, and I don't have to become better, and I don't have to do all this stuff, and I'm fine the way I am, and if you can't take me when I'm crappy, then you don't deserve me when I'm happy? Like, no. Why should anybody want you when you're crappy? Why should you want you when you're crappy? Like, I don't know. Well, I guess I do understand it. It's just stupid. That's what it is. It's just stupid and dumb. And there are grown women saying that. Like, you're 55 and you're still saying that a man should accept you as you are. Do you even accept you as you are? Like, half of these, not even half, all of these women that say stuff like that, they want a guy to accept them as they are, but then you don't even accept yourself as you are. So you don't accept yourself, but you want a guy to accept you too. Like, you don't like yourself. You don't like yourself. You don't like yourself with that attitude. No, you don't like yourself and you don't accept yourself, but somebody should accept you with all your bad attitude and your baggage and, you know, you know, all of that. But yeah, and I'm not saying that now it's different if you meet somebody and they have all that and they're actively working on it and they are doing what they can to become better and to change those habits. That's great. You know, that's great. But a lot of people know that they have bad habits, but then they don't want to work on them. They don't even try. You know, and then people come up with excuses and say stuff like, "Oh, well, I don't have any money and I can't see a therapist." This is not 1935 where the internet doesn't exist and you can't go online and look up stuff. I can't see my therapist anymore, but I bought books, you know, to read. I bought 2 books to read. I highlighted some stuff in the books. I follow people online that talk about the issues that I have, you know. I follow people who are actively doing things to become better people, who are actively working on their issues. So I don't sit here and complain like, well, I don't have resources. Yes, I do. Because I can go online and look up stuff. I can go online and read articles about how to get better, how to deal with my issues in a better way. I can figure out new ways to heal certain things that have happened to me as a child. You know, sometimes I text my therapist and she helps me out with problems. Not all the time, because I'm trying to get to a point where I don't have to contact her all the time with my problems. You know, I go online and look up stuff and read articles about other people that are going through the same things that I'm going through. You know, I feel like when people say that, I personally feel like that's an excuse. But there's no excuse to not get better. You know, everything is online. If you have a problem, you can literally Google, I'm going through this, and there will be 20,000 articles about what you're going through, and other people will talk about what they're going through and how they overcome it or what they did to become better. So I feel like women need to stop saying that men are trash. While I agree, yes, majority of men do suck, and majority of men are crappy and they do treat women like poop. And at the same time, men will do things. At the same time, men do what you allow. So if a guy's treating you like crap and you're not telling him, hey, don't talk to me like that, or hey, you know, don't call me this name, or don't respond to me in this way, or don't talk to me with that tone, or whatever. If you don't say anything, the guy thinks, well, you know, I talk to her any type of way and she just takes it, so it's cool, you know. So, and at first I used to hate that saying, but now that I'm older, I'm like, I understand it. Like, I get it now. You know, if a guy is treating you like crap, it's because you're allowing him to treat you like crap. Like, you feel like you don't deserve to be treated better. Sorry. And that is just not okay. You know, so women need to stop at that. You know, have respect for yourself and don't let guys treat you any type of way and don't let guys talk to you any type of way, and stop, you know, stop having sex with bummy guys and with losers, you know. And also work on yourself, you know, work on yourself, work on your traumas, heal yourself the best way that you can, and work on becoming a better person, you know. And when I because I have emotional problems too, and for a long time I never worked on them because I didn't want to, and mostly because I didn't know how to. So yeah, I didn't know how to. And when I started working on myself, and when I would cry about things, and things would come up, and I would realize, oh, this is why I feel this way because this happened, or this is why I respond to things in this way because of what I've been through. I started to realize, like, oh, this is why people suppress their feelings, and this is why people don't work on themselves, because people don't want to feel anything. People don't want to feel, they don't want to feel what they felt as a kid. They don't want those feelings to come back up. They don't want those emotions being brought back up. They don't want to feel all of that crap ever all over again. And I realized, like, wow, that's why. Because it's hard. It's hard and it's worth it, but it's still hard. But I feel like it's worth it because, if I have to feel all the negative, crappy feelings, but then after that, if I actually get to feel better and I get to heal myself, then it's worth it to cry about things. It's worth it to feel uncomfortable and let myself sit in it and let myself heal from it. So I feel like people need to, I don't want to say get over it, but people need to, you can still be scared to do something. You can be scared to do something and still decide to do it anyway. So I feel like, women, if you're going through something, you need to allow yourself to heal from it, because the longer you suppress your feelings, in the long run, it's not going to work. Because for a long, long time, I was suppressing my feelings and it never worked out for me. It never worked out for me. And now that I'm actively like healing myself and doing what I can to get better, it is, and even though I still have like a lot of stuff to still heal from, it is a lot better. I feel a lot better than I used to feel at 22. I don't feel the need to die anymore. I don't feel this need to hurt myself. I can wake up and be like, oh, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be with my boyfriend. I'm happy to spend time with him. I'm happy that I get to wear the clothes I want to wear. Like, I'm doing different things and I have hobbies now. I have my garden that I have at home. I'm growing flowers and plants, and it's just nice. So, yeah. I didn't want this video to be like super, super long, but it is now. So I'm going to end it right here because my arm is starting to hurt from holding this tripod. So, all men are not trash. Pick better men, and women need to stop acting like they're entitled to everything from a guy just because you're a woman. And women who have emotional and mental problems, you need to heal them and fix them so that you can become a better person for yourself, and you can become a better person for your boyfriend too. So until next time, bye.